I learned so much off this guy. The way he ran a business, I would sponge it, bro. I was with this guy from fucking 6 a.m. to 10 at night, listening to the phone calls and just sponging the way he talked, the way he negotiated, the way he poured concrete, and I'd ask questions, and I'm like to him, bro, I want responsibility. I'm ready for the responsibility. The aim of the app is to literally, what I wanted to do was try to teach people pride again. I had 16 concreters, 8 of them didn't rock up. The 9th person was drunk. And bro, he goes, I better go home. I can't be on a deck like this. I'm tripping over everywhere.
What?
Yeah.
All right, welcome back to another episode. Today we are here with Nouri, and he is the director of Concrete City Construction. See, I almost screwed it up, but I got there. And recent founder of CreteMate.
CreteMate.
Yeah. So we start off everyone with the same way.
Yeah.
Tell us what you do, your experience in the construction industry, and why you're sitting here today, which sort of rounds it all out.
I've been the director of Concrete City for construction since 2019. It's been a big, long journey. My journey in concrete have started since 15 years ago, probably about, I think it was 2009, 2010. I worked for a cowboy company, cowboys, like proper cowboys, like that.
What, doing house slabs?
Nah, factories, panels.
Slabs?
Mate, these blokes would literally push me, hurry up, you dumb cunt, go get me the hammer, this and that. And I'm thinking, bro, this normal?
I used to laugh it off. Yeah, bad. I used to dig footings for conventional slabs.
Yeah.
And I had guys throwing rocks at me when it was going too deep. 5 mil. I had a guy coming back to me and saying I needed to pat dirt back in about 5 mil. So I'm guessing you work for old school concrete.
Old school. These blokes were rough as guts. Like, they were just hard cunts. They, like I said, they just pushed me around, and just because I was a labourer, I was young as well.
How old?
I had no respect me at 18, 19.
Mm-hmm.
18, 19, bro. And but there was 2 bosses, partners, and one was good to me, and like he'd like tell the other cunts to back off me and that, and the other one would be the bully.
You think good cop, bad cop?
Yeah, it was weird because the good one would towards the end of working for him, I worked with him for about 9 months, and he was like to me, bro, if you're still working for me for 4 years, I'll give you my half in the company. He obviously knew that I wouldn't be there. He obviously knew that.
Air raid.
But like that sentence, I'll never forget. It made me that hungry, something to work for, and gave me hope that, fuck, bro, if I'm that good, this cunt believes in me, I'm going to be that good. I'm going to be better than that good.
Yeah.
You know? And I worked for them for 9 months, left them, and then had no job. I walked on a site, seen people fucking pouring concrete, grabbed my gumboots, went on that site, bro, and they're looking at me like, what's this guy? Who's this guy? Why is he coming in halfway through a pour, whatever? And I'm looking, I'm just got my head down on the rake. I just grab a rake. I don't even, whatever.
You're joking. You walked on and grabbed the rake.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Half of your videos you don't have a top on. You take your top off then too, or not?
No. I fucking, so I worked, and then they're all laughing at me. They're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm just here to work, bro. I just want to learn, just teach me. I'm happy to, I don't want any money, blah, blah, blah. The boss come up to me, he's like, kid, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm just working. I just want to work. Just teach me, I don't want any money. You don't have to give me money. Just teach me. That's how you pay me. Goes to me, you crazy kid, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I kept on working.
I tell you what, that's it. That's it. And you can't teach that.
No.
You can't have someone sit down and read a fucking book to try and get that value. No. You're a worker. You want to work. I told people the same thing. It's all right. Don't pay me. Don't pay me. It's all good. I'll cover this. One of my biggest guys that I got, tell a little bit of a story. Sometimes I like them. I was sitting now for dinner with a few of my mates at Groove Train, and a guy across was arguing with a guy, the heated convo, about getting a certificate of occupancy on his house. Couldn't get it. Booked in Monday morning. They'd gone. The retaining wall was too close. They had to, not enough distance, whatever. I leant over and said, I'll bring the digger tomorrow. And they're like, it's Sunday. I said, oh, okay, yeah, I'll come bring the digger. Met him out there in the morning, dug out just a little bit, only 1.5 metres, to give the whatever measurement, bullshit. And then the guy said, how much do you want? I said, oh, give me a couple $100. I said, it only took me an hour. He's like, you could have stung me anything. You heard the whole story. You could have stung me. I said, yeah, but it'll make my mum happy, you know, if I did something nice. I said, it's like going to church. I don't go to church and it'll make her happy. He goes, well, I build 300 houses a year. And he goes, now you do every single one of my side cuts and all of my dirt.
See that?
And he goes, you start on Tuesday. And I'm like, and he goes, no, you start on Tuesday. You have to do it. And then I still work for him today.
Yes,
He's paid me millions and millions and millions of bucks.
Wow.
He got up to over 1,000. 1 year he did 1,000 site cuts.
Whoa.
Yeah, they were medium density, but he's doing medium density.
It's work.
Man, and he goes, you didn't rip me off when you came out when you knew I could be ripped off.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you it's the same when you finish your story, when the boss comes over and then all of a sudden he goes, you got yourself a job immediately. No? What do you mean?
No, he did.
Oh, good. All right.
We kept on raking and the boys were like, why do you want to do this industry? I said, because it's a big industry and it's a good industry. It's hard work, yes, but if you work hard from now, it'll be easy later. And they're like, no way, this is fucking shit. And I said, all right, well, you remember me later. You remember me. Anyway, walked up to the boss and I go, hey, so where are we tomorrow? He laughed at me. He looked at me, he's like, bro, like what? And I go, I don't want any money. I just want to work. Pay me in lessons. Just want to learn. He goes, all right. So he gave me the address, worked with him for a couple months. He started giving me a fucking $180 a day. Back then it was good because I was an animal. And then he went under. He just went under, bro. He went under. And I'm like, what the fuck do I do now? But I learned a lot.
Well,
then I got
a concreter.
Bro, I worked for a commercial company doing place and finish in the in-house crew. And then he started to subby it out. Now this guy, his name's Joe Pinto. I don't know if you know him. You know Pinto?
I know Pinto.
Bro.
And Phil.
They're like uncles to me. I've known them since I was like that young. And now in 2016, I started doing Phil's place and finish. Right? Got my own crew.
Did you do like just the one off Nicholson Street, the basement there off of Nicholson Street? Long time ago, Glen Lyon Road or whatever it was.
I did.
Long time, 6-7 years ago, one of the big ones Phil did.
Yes.
So I dug that hole.
I see.
I dug that hole. There's actually a video. So you remember how much rock there was underneath it?
Yeah, he was having big dramas on that side.
Yeah, big dramas. The drama came from a neighbour, and the neighbour actually wrote a song about it, and it's on YouTube. And so anyone can look it up. And do you know what, Louis? Well, let's put it in here. It's called The Twoks, TWOKS, and it's been a hell of a year, and it's a woman singing about how much she hates a basement excavation next to her house.
It's been the year to forget. It's been the worst one yet. Oh, I wonder what next year's gonna be. Please be good to me, 'cause
if you're coming to the Con Expo 2026, I have a discount code to help you out with your ticket prices. It's Starbuck30. This code will give you 30% off. It's valid until December 5th, so use it to help out with the ticket prices, and I hope to see you there.
You're joking.
Swear to God, it's got my machines in it and everything. And then I asked her if she would come and perform at my Christmas party with her band, and she told me to get fucked.
Hey, that's gold.
I swear. And people can look it up, and it is there. It's still there today. Everyone in my company knows the song because it's one of our anthems. It's really
I love
good.
that shit. That's
so then you start. Okay, so then you're with Pinto with Platinum, was it?
Yeah.
Were you with Platinum?
Platinum, Joe Pinto. And then, so then he started subbing out his placement. Then he put me on labouring, bro, cleaning up the site. And I was just so good at it, obviously. And then I'm like, Joe, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to be a concreter. Then I'd just sneak off from labouring and end up in the pool with his subbies, you know? And he'd be like, what are you doing? And I'm like, bro, this is where I'm meant to be, not there, carrying bins down fucking 8 levels and shit. I could do it, but this is where I want to be. He's like, no, you can't do that. I pay these guys to do this. And I go, whatever, just let me leave me a little bit. And whatever. Sometimes he'd leave me, sometimes he's like, no, you got to get to work, you know? And anyway, I left him, and then I started.
So like, were you doing? What were some of the jobs he was on? Paran, behind the big, was it Potter Street, Paran, that he did the huge with the Woolworths at the bottom and the apartments?
When I worked for him, this was 2013, 2014 even. Mm-hmm. And I ended up getting a job with the concreter he hired, the subby crew.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And I worked for him for 6 years, became best mates, whatever. Mm-hmm. Worked for him. I learned so much off this guy. The way he ran a business, I would sponge it, bro. I was with this guy from fucking 6 a.m. to 10 at night, every night, listening to the phone calls and just sponging the way he talked, the way he negotiated, the way he poured concrete, and I'd ask questions and I'm like to him, bro, I want responsibility. I'm ready for the responsibility. Give it to me. Don't even rock up to work today. I want it. I'll fucking eat this concrete alive. And he's like, nah, I don't think you can. And I'm like, bro.
Tell you what, that's going to make a great clip. That one there, we clip them and we send them to you too, yeah? So you get these short clips, that one there, perfect.
Mad.
Perfect.
And so he didn't rock up to one pour. It was a big-ass laneway and there was only 4 of us. And I'm thinking, bro, I fucking got this all day. I just trained myself to work as if I'm working by myself. That means run yourself through every aspect and every method of the job and make sure nothing's missed. If you do that, nothing gets missed. Even if you have other arms out there, other workers next to you. And I teach that to everyone that works for me, you know? But yeah, he didn't rock up. And then he rocked up at the end of the day and he's like, oh, I go, why'd you even rock up? Now that you've rocked up, something's going to go wrong. You fuck up, you know? Anyway, I done really well, smashed it. And then he started to not just come to work anymore. He just rocks up at 10 a.m., comes and has a laugh with us on site, fucks off, got to go meetings, got to go do this. And I was just running his crew. And then I slowly started to do Phil's work. In 2016, I started to do like 3-4 decks a week. I had like 20 workers under me, subbies, working under me every day, just pouring. And as well as doing Mace's work as well, the guy who helped me. And then, I started, I went away for a little bit, a year and a half, and then came back and I just started to do Concrete City. Mm-hmm. Me and my sister were like, let's just do it. You're on your ass now, you got nothing. Best way to start is just have a crack. Have a crack. You can do it.
With a work ethic, 100% it is.
Yeah, and open Concrete City, bro. And bro, I still till this day walk on sites and just introduce myself. Hey, bro, I'm Nouri from Concrete City. If you need a concreter, let me know, bro. You know, I'm not too proud to say I'm too good for that.
A good customer of ours that we've had about a year. We were doing a basement across the road. And we had all these trucks there and I could see them screwing around. They didn't have that many trucks. And I walked over and I said, I'm Jimmy from Starbuck and we're wondering if you want some trucks. And he's like, we've tried to call them before. And I'm like, oh, really? Have you? And he's like, and who are you? And I said, I'm the boss. And he goes, what are you doing here? I see you over at that job all the time. What are you stop in, check in, and the other day you jumped in loading trucks.
Yeah, I love that shit.
And I said, yeah. And he's like, why wouldn't I give you the work? He goes, if you're going to be on site loading trucks, and he goes, and your office didn't answer. I don't know who he rung. He probably rung a switchboard and didn't get through, hung up when he cracked the shits when someone didn't answer in 2 rings. But, there's something to be said about, the hunger of, still.
It speaks for itself.
Rocking up, hey, I'm here. I want to pour you concrete. Yeah, I'll do a great job. Who's your current guy and where is he? Because then once you lose that hunger, that's where other people come from underneath and attack your work, which I've had happen to me over the years. Like you can't stay starving for 20 years. At some points, life brings you down, but then you got to pick it back up and go again.
That's right.
So, and then last but not least, you're now running a successful concrete company, and then what happens because you've got a name on your top, and I think we've got to touch on that now too.
Yeah, so because I've had so many bad experiences with subbies, bro, Facebook pages not supplying the goods, where are all the good concreters gone? Where are all the good diggers gone? Where are all the good people gone? Like, why is it just shit people on these Facebook pages and that I can only reach? Where are they? So I thought, what better to open a platform? Well, imagine if there was an app where you could just literally at the click of your finger just, who's this digger? oh yeah, he's got 5-star review, he's good, he's done work for this guy, he's done work for that guy, I can contact that guy because he's got his company name in the review. Why not?
Perfect.
It's like a capability statement, it's reviews, it's a reputation, and who doesn't want a good reputation? So it's gonna keep all the aim of the app is to literally, what I wanted to do was try to teach people pride again. I just wanted people to learn pride again.
But it's so hard that, you know, like when a builder is smashing you down on price all of the time, then so this is where the pride part comes in. Where's the pride part being put out there now? It's a little bit on Instagram, putting out a picture of it, but you're saying that this will actually get you a job, you know, because it will be written down there that you work for Starbucks. Let's say we put up a review, you work for Starbucks, and then we say you did a great job, we're on time, did the job that we needed you to do in less hours than we thought it would be, and we sent you home.
Bro, who doesn't want that guy? Who does not want that guy? Brother, people are going to be fighting over that guy.
Yeah, and so then he's more proud in his work, and the guy next to him is more proud, when instead now it's like every builder saying, what, $80 an hour?
Oh.
80? Oh.
Nah. But before that, before you see those comments or that review, you if the guy told you $500 a day, you'd laugh at him.
Yeah.
You'd be like, who are you? I don't even know what you're capable of. You're just another guy that says, I know how to do everything.
Yeah.
Well, so here it is.
It's just another guy on Facebook, Facebook group. So I got one of the Facebook groups. It's called Melbourne Earth Moving Operators. There's another one called Melbourne, I don't know what it is, but there's two, right? And so, but it's always the same guys hunting for work. You know, they're always sitting there and saying, like, listen, this. Then someone puts up a post, how much should I charge to screed for a day? And then a guy's like, 800. And you go, what?
What the fuck? Where are you going, bro? Where's your reputation?
Yeah,
Who
but people would pay 800 if it's got written underneath it. He worked, like a review from 6 months ago, he worked for me, screeded at 1,200 squares by himself.
And killed it, didn't stop.
Didn't stop.
Brother, I'll pay that all day. Just, I need confirmation that this person is any good.
Yeah.
I've had that many, bro. We had a 1,200 square meter deck, bro. I had 16 concreters, 8 of them didn't rock up. The 9th person was drunk. And bro, he goes, I better go home. I can't be on a deck like this. I'm tripping over everywhere.
What?
Yeah. So 8 of us are pouring this fucking deck, right? It's summer, 40 MPa PT mix.
150 squares per person.
Unbelievable. It was one of the hardest days in concrete I've ever had. I'll never forget it. And it was, all these concreters were from that Facebook page, and they're all fucking shit cunts. They're just shit. They're just rubbish. And people are, I know how to do this, I know how to do that, I'll be there, I promise. Confirmation in the morning. I'm on my way. The whole day didn't see him. On the way to where?
You got lost.
Bro.
You got lost. Do you know, I had someone this morning.
Really?
This morning.
Unbelievable.
So, can you do a job, start a job on Wednesday? And he's started a job on Monday. He's like, can't make it Monday, can make it Wednesday because I got this and that on and blah, blah, blah. So I said, okay, I'll ask the client, is it all right if it starts Wednesday? Client's like, yeah, that's okay. It should be fine. Start Wednesday. Meant to start at 6. 10 to 6 this morning, he texts me, hey, bro, can't go. Sorry.
What a special.
So I call him like this, like straight away, like because I was up, I was just walking to get in the shower. He goes, bang, I call him, doesn't answer. Call him again. He still hasn't answered me now.
What a piece of shit. What a piece of shit.
He still hasn't called me now, and like I get it, yeah, I get life. I get
shit
life.
happens, I get it.
Happens.
When you don't answer and you ghost, you don't have an excuse.
You can't ghost. And like, you know, I push back the job for you and everything else like that. What are we going to do? Like, what do we do now? What do you do? What, do you cancel a 1,200 metre deck pour?
Fuck no. Pump's already there. Concrete's already rocking up. It's in the pump, bro. 8 boys are looking at me. Bro, we're actually going to do this? What am I going to tell them? I'll just say to them, bro, if we fucking accomplish this, I'll give you each that pay, the money I was meant to spend, you can have that.
Yeah.
So you're probably going to get double a day.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a hard day.
It's going to hurt.
But I'm going to make it worth it.
You're not going to be able to work tomorrow though. So the double pay today is
Bro, it was a big fuck off day, bro.
You pulling the screed on that?
Bro, I was all over it. I was screeding, I was finishing, I was troweling, I was magging, I was like a maniac. If you looked at me, you'd think I was on the fucking, on a pipe, bro. I was nuts. I'm the type of person like, I get embarrassed and it hits my pride when I see someone working harder than me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? If someone's on my site and he's working harder than me, I'm not the leader. He is.
Yeah.
So I like to lead by example.
That's I think that's that Spartan mentality or whatever that is. That they're saying that the leader is the best fighter, the whatever it is. That's how they see it.
I have a special animal inside of me that just, I don't know, it just does some shit. I'm telling you, bro.
So you've had a 1,200 square metre pour. You're constantly on Facebook groups because there's finishers in there, screeders that chase these big pours, that run around and they're all over these groups and they hit up everyone. I know during COVID, paying big money for guys to come do big pours and stuff. And then you've decided to create CreteMate.
An app where we could just jump on and I can get a digger or I can get an excavator, steel fixer, formworker, a pumpy even. You know, how many times I've been on my way to a pour, the pumpy's like, bro, it's just not starting. I've got to find you a subby. All right, I'll find my own subby. 2 seconds, boom, boom, boom. Bang, at my fingertips. Someone else around has been cancelled or they're at home waiting, looking for work. What about diggers? Diggers, how many times have I wanted a good digger, bro? One of my biggest battles, and like my wife can back me on this, I punch on a lot. I get so angry with diggers saying, bro, I'm the fastest, I'll have it done, I'm this, I'm that, and I'm meant to be doing a prep and pour. I got concrete booked, inspector booked. We're meant to be fucking doing some hectic shit.
Pulling out the driveway, footpath and curb in the morning,
you know what I mean?
It and then go.
And how long does it take to rip out a fucking a crossover, bro? It should be, I've had blokes do it in fucking literally 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And I've had blokes do it in 4 or 5 hours. Where is the difference? Like, you know what I'm saying? It blows my mind. And so then I'm like, bro, like, where do you draw the line with these people? Where do you be like, all right, so how do I get someone good? Well, no one wants a bad reputation. That's the actual fact. And on these Facebook pages, you get somebody up there. There's no repercussions for the people that don't rock up, bro. You know, how many times we get people rocking up to pours, no gum boots, bro. Or what do you think? Oh, you want me to give you socks too? You want undies? Motherfucker, you know? Where are you? It's like a digger rocking up.
Yeah. Without
no digger.
Do you know what I get?
No key. Digger, shovel?
We have to actually ask them if they have a key. Right? And then they go, like, everyone's got keys. You'd have excavator keys. You'd have a Kubota key or, you know. They don't rock up with keys, you know. And you just sit there and go,
unbelievable.
Honestly, you can't. How did you go about making an app? Did it suck?
It didn't suck. It was a very exciting process because I thought, you know what, I'm going to build something and I'm going to build it for myself to help myself. And if it helps me, it's going to help everybody else because I know so much that everyone is in the same position as me with these fucking dumbasses that say they are the best, right? So I had the vision in here. I just needed someone to put it together for me. And I went through heaps of app developers. One guy was like $5,000. He'll build an app. Another person, 160 grand. And then people in the middle, 25, 30, 50, 60. Who is the best? From $5,000 to 160 grand. And I'm like, you know what? Just go for the person that seems the hungriest. You can never go wrong with someone who seems hungry.
Yeah,
he will always deliver and put extra hours in to make it happen because he needs to not fail.
Yeah.
Right? And that's how I was. So I recognize it when I see it, right? So I had these guys, they're from Tonga. They define software. They are actually really good. Look, they're not the most experienced, but bro, like they were medium priced. They answer my phone call every time I ring. As soon as I message, he's on it. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. It's very big for me.
So I've gone through now building a website. I've had 3 companies that I've engaged. I don't know what's so fucking hard about building websites, but I engaged one, they went broke. I engaged another one. He then came back to me and said, "Oh no, I'm so sorry. I can't do it. I don't want to do websites." And we're like, but you do websites. And he's like, well, I did websites. Now I don't do websites. And then the third one came back and said, well, they started and they're like, we're closing our website division. I'm so sorry. Like, what is so hard about building a like, I'm pretty sure people build websites on their way to work in the morning on a train.
Literally.
You know, like, yeah, I'm sure there's an AI thing that builds it, so I put up a post. We've actually going through website people at the moment to find, have meetings and everything for it, because it also is I don't know, it's got some hosting thing that it does, but with my app, because I have an app, but for work, like not like your platform for, a community engagement thing, but it hosts something with there, which makes it more difficult. Nightmare. Just a nightmare.
Man, I could recommend someone really good and real prompt. That's
Do they do website?
They do websites.
Yeah, here we go. We might be on it.
So if you need help in that department, I've been there. I've used these guys. I can be a good recommendation.
See? CreteMate now has fucking websites on it. Hey, now we got a guy who the recommendation 5 stars comes from Tonga starving.
Yeah, literally. Literally, but a very hungry guy.
Yeah, perfect.
He's young.
Do they live in Melbourne?
No, he can visit. He visits sometimes.
Does he live in Tonga?
He lives in Tonga.
No way.
Yeah.
I don't know why I pointed that way when I said Tonga either. Like, I don't know. It could be anyway. And how's it going? Because we'll stick on CreteMate a little bit longer, but how's it going? Is it
CreteMate's going really good.
How long's it been out?
It's been out for just about a month now. We've hit just under 600 members. Obviously, people are seeing the real truth about it and how it works and how good it is and how much of a good aspect it is to the industry. It's helped a lot of people. We're getting a lot of good feedback. It's just like...
Do you use it?
Of course I do.
Yeah?
I built it to help myself. The rest is a bonus, bro. If it helps people, good for them. But I built it literally to reach the right people.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening. Like, a lot of people on there, you might get them from another platform, maybe a Facebook page, but I guarantee you he's not going to fucking push as hard as he is if you get him off the app, because he wants that review. He needs that reputation, because that is what separates him from all those other people.
Can you filter them by, not that I probably should have looked at it before we sat down today. Probably wouldn't have looked as much like a dickhead, but can you filter by reviews and everything else like that?
Everything. You can filter by area, closest area. If you're traveling and you're going to a spot, you can filter it to that area so you can book ahead work over there. If you're review trades, if you need a chippy, if you need something, you can isolate that and use that. It's really good. A lot of good feedback.
We'll put a link in for it. And so I also wanted to touch on, because you're from the industry as well, and I like to talk to people because the industry is a bit up and down at the minute. What do you think about it? We busy? We're going to be busier? That we actually going to build some homes, or are we going to, just the politicians going to come out and say that they're going to build them and then build fuck all?
Look, I think the politicians don't know shit. They're just fucking aerators, bro. They tell you what you want to hear, when you want to hear it the most. They know when to say it and let loose of that information. But in case of construction dying out, construction is the biggest industry in the world, bro. In the world. We build the foundation of the world. So no, it'll never go down. If I see this during the year, mid-year, we hit it like a quiet spot.
Yeah.
And I had no work. I'm like to my wife, hey, babe, why don't I have work? I'm Concrete City. How don't I have work? I went out, I messaged every builder, I went onto every site, I'm still not getting anything. And I'm like, bro, I'm like to my brother, if there's 5% of concreters that are busy out there, I'm going to make sure that I'm one of those 5%. And then when I get to that make it into that 5%, I'm going to make it 1%. That is busy. I'm going to steal everyone's work, not by undercutting, but by being the best, and by wanting people wanting to work with me other than others, separating myself from the rest.
How have you gone with it? How'd you get out of that quiet patch? Because we've gone through we were flying for about 10 years, my company. We could not find enough gear to go.
Yeah.
Could not find enough gear to go to work. It might not have been the gear, it might have been the boys, it might have been the trucks, it might have been something, but there were jobs, jobs on jobs on jobs, as many as you wanted to take. And then about 18 months ago, we saw like this, and we started to get stubborn. Now, this year we've picked up, I think it's almost 20% more things on the road than last year.
Very good.
But like it is that hard to get now compared. Like it is.
Every cunt's a tight ass. Tight ass. Like I'm agreeing to rates that I would never agree to. But it's either that or I'm at home and I'm subbing for people that are making money and willing to go down on their price and make a little bit less.
Yeah.
What would I rather be? Would I have them people work for me and make a little bit less, or work for people and make them money?
So are you saying that it's the factories, the houses? Which part are you still working at now? The big decks, I'm assuming you still do them.
So the commercial industry went down a long time for a bit, probably this whole year. The commercial, domestic people have still got a little bit of money, and the smaller jobs are always there. Well, how I felt I got out of this hole the best was that I went through my phone, individually got to every builder or anyone that I thought would develop, and I just send them a message, say, hey bro, if you got any work, let me know, I'll quote it, I'll look after you. And it turns out a lot of people forget about you if you haven't done a project for a little bit.
Isn't that fucking interesting? Because I speak about this. So you have... I'll get it wrong, but I get told I'm wrong all the time. But it's like top of mind awareness, right? So the thing is I talk about it. We have a weekly meeting here. We bring in all the sales staff. Fucking sit down. Top of mind awareness. You have to be. If someone comes out to move your dirt, say it's one of my competitors, and they come the day before you're moving dirt and say, "Hey, how you going?" Now you might have been calling us in the afternoon, but they're there. They're there. They can quote it. Now if they call you every week and you haven't had dirt to move for 6 months and then all of a sudden you need it, you're going to give that poor bastard at least a look at the job. You have to. They've called for 6 months, and so then all of a sudden if the rate's good, they're moving.
They're moving.
They got the job. And I just keep saying, and it's real hard to keep the sales staff, however, running up against a brick wall and saying, hey, do you have the dirt to move? No. You have dirt to move? No. Until the 10th time you ask, they say, yes.
All right, let's have a look at it.
But they do definitely forget. And you get so interested in chasing your number 1 to 1 to 10 clients, and servicing them, that you forget about the guy who does 2 developments a year every year. And
look, I'm one of those people. I can admit it 100% because I am a boss, a company owner that does everything: the quoting, the going out to meet sites, the meetings, the screeding all day, finishing the concrete, last person on site, washing tools. Everything to do with my business, I solely do it myself. So I am that person.
When do you think you'll have to stop that? Or you don't think you're going to be able to?
I got control issues. So I've got control issues, so it's hard to let go of control. I need to have full control. Otherwise, I feel like it's not mine and I can't move forward.
You want to know something really interesting? So I do some cooking at home. I don't do that much cooking.
Good.
But no, I'm a shit cook. But the thing is I'm in control of it, like microscopic control, right? Of how big I'm slicing shit, to how long I'm cooking it, to what pan, and that's it. Because at work, I've only got I got bullshit control. I don't have real control. But you're not meant to. You're not meant to. They grow so big. If you want to take on 10 decks a day, you can't be at 10 decks. You can't.
No.
But at some point you're going to have some big clashes that you can't be the one pulling the screed and doing a finish because you've just got too much work.
Yeah.
If you're in that 1%, you're going to grab it. And that's a really challenging thing because I 6-7 years ago, I was still driving a truck. 7-8 years ago, I was still driving a digger full time. 50 guys, 60, 70 guys on site every day. And I'm on one of the sites banging trucks at 6:30 a.m.
That's hectic.
But that you get pulled in so many different directions. Like, how do you answer your phone properly when you're the guy having a screed and, there's 2 trucks backed up onto the pump and, you can't answer your phone?
No, I just call them back after.
Yeah, but what about if they need someone booked in for tomorrow and you've missed it?
Yeah, so that hurts. That hurts.
So now you've got the two different seesaw that you're looking at of the business that says, right, I'm a control freak, but fuck, I don't want to miss out on that job because I love money.
Yes.
So I want money.
I need it.
And, it's the blood in the veins.
Yeah.
You know? So I want money and I want the control. What one's going to give? Well, let me tell you, eventually you go money. I'm going to hold the money
100%.
and I'll let someone else look after
You
the
jump
screen.
on the fucking screen quickly. I just got to take this.
Yeah, and so it's a really hard growth thing, and I still reckon I've got it screwed up half of the time. I don't think anyone's got the proper answer, but you end up like just getting you're just pulled apart, pulled apart in so many different ways. I used to do night shifts and then sleep a bit, and then
Whoa, that's hectic.
You done much concrete pouring at night time or
A little bit at the airports.
yeah?
It's hectic.
Yeah.
And then go to another pool.
So what's your main work now with the concrete that you're doing?
We do a lot of everything. I get bored of things easy. So one day you'll see me doing a factory, the next day I'm doing a driveway, the next day I'm doing a deck, basement. I'm always different. So it's always keeping me sharp on every aspect of concrete. We do
You do exposed and stamp
we do architectural design, bench seats, barbecue tops, floating stairs. We do everything.
Shit.
Everything. We done one of there was this one seat. I rocked up, the guy called me and he's a big commercial company. I want a chair done at my house. I'm thinking, oh yeah, easy. I've done heaps of chairs. I rock up, he goes, I got just a drawing on the wall. So he's marked out a hole on the floor and dig this hole and just put a seat like a U. Next day I rocked up with a digger. He goes, oh, I had a dream. I was thinking about it and I was like, maybe I want to add a little bit more. I go, all right. I go, what do you want to add? He goes, I want to add a table here. Come back to me at lunchtime and he's like, bro, it doesn't make sense. We need a seat going the other way to watch the garden as well. So the first seat was sunken in the ground with a TV, right? In like a
How much
barn
money
shed.
does this bloke have?
Let's just say he's got one of the greatest Porsches in Australia. There were over $1 million worth of Porsche. He's got a lot of money. Anyway, so we were digging and come back to me at lunchtime. He's like, it'd be good if we could do another one up the top. I go, yeah, 2 seats, no worries. He goes, nah, but 1 seat. I go, how? He goes, back to back, using the same structured back, but reverse. I got photos of this on my Instagram if you want to see it. It's grouse.
We should link it in now because like I can barely see it in my mind. So we're doing fancy shit now with the podcast that we're putting links in and we're putting pictures in so that people could see what we're talking about. So send it to us and then we'll do it. So that's sounding like an absolute pain in the ass.
Mate, I lost sleep over this job. There was no plan, no measurements, nothing. Just this guy telling me put a seat back to back and make a U, this and that. And then as I'm going, building this, wouldn't it be nice to do this? Wouldn't it be nice to add this? So I've lost cost price. It's gone, like whatever. When we built the seat before I poured it, I go, this is going to cost 48 grand.
That's an expensive seat.
It's a fucking expensive seat.
That's a lot of seat.
It took a lot of work.
You get a lot of seat for 48 grand, and now everyone's going to look at this seat and be like, "Wow!"
When you see this seat, it's fucking the $1 million, bro.
Right?
When I fucking poured it and I finished it, I looked at it. I go, "Fuck! I should have charged more."
Really?
Yeah, like this was
for a 48 grand
It
seat.
came out primo finish. Everything, not one bit of the formwork moved a millimeter. And everything, and people were messaging me as I was building this, bro, you better brace this, you better brace that. I'm like, just leave me. I know what I'm doing. And the thing is with formwork, a lot of people get carried away about, oh, is this going to move? I better over brace it. And they end up over bracing it and then it compromises it. What happens when you put too many holes into something? It becomes weak and breaks. So it's very important that you don't over brace something with formwork, especially something such a small piece. It's only got 3 cubic meters of concrete.
So it's like the force on it and then the weight of it and whatever.
That's fuck all, but it's fuck all. So you're building a seat like a 2 meter wall that goes into a sunken lounge and then the seat going around. Right? And then
do you know what? You've sold me. If I needed a seat at my house, I'd fucking get you straight away.
I'm telling you, bro.
Maybe not for 48 grand, but I might be able to do $1,000 seat or some shit.
Fucking hell, bro, $1,000. I don't know what car I could build.
I don't
with
think
that.
you're going to get much. I think you might get the concrete dumped on the ground with it,
Pretty
maybe a
much in
finish on
circle.
it.
No, but that's probably a very big moment for me where I was very, very proud of myself.
Well, I look forward to seeing it because I haven't seen it yet. So what else? Because we're starting to get towards the end of it now. What other thoughts have you had? Yeah.
So yeah, we were pouring a deck and they were old Iraqi men. This guy, I remember from years when I was young, bro, this guy, but he was really old and the way they did it, the way they braced this, they braced a 5 meter high deck off a footing, an open footing. They put an acro prop, bro, off the edge of an open footing. And when we were pouring,
Well, the
vibrations just fucking making the prop move, right? And I didn't know, but I noticed this after at the end. I was on that deck, I was screeding. We had like maybe 8 of us up there. And this thing just gave, bro. Gone under my feet. And I'm just hanging on to the mesh. And the boys are fucking
5
falling.
meters in the air.
5 meters in the air, bro. The pump is hanging onto the hose. It was hectic, bro. Hectic. Boys went to the hospital. I was all right, didn't get hurt. But the boys got pretty hurt.
How much of the deck had you poured before it gave way?
We were halfway. When we got to that side, that's when it collapsed, where the open footing was.
Oh, my God.
On dirt. These guys are off their heads. They're crazy.
I understand that it's on dirt.
You know?
That would have been, how does that get cleaned up?
It was big fucking work safe problem and I don't even fucking know. That site is still sitting there on Middleborough Road.
Oh, yeah, I think I might know the one, yeah. Still sitting there now, huh?
I think so, I'm pretty sure. It took years. I've gone there maybe within a year ago and it was still sitting there.
Because of that deck form.
Not 100% sure, but that deck is still there with the formwork.
You're joking.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you stop that sort of stuff happening? That's where the control part comes in.
Yeah, like somebody should have seen that. Like when the deck gets inspected, when the site manager's there and he went through the formwork, how do you walk? He walks past that to go to his...
See, here's a problem. You're assuming that site managers are any good.
Ah, there you go.
Which, let's be honest, as the workload built up in Victoria, which it built up over the last sort of 10 years and sort of got into like cranky.
Crazy.
If you had an engineering degree, you had a job. Like you walked out of Monash Uni and bam, now you're on a major infrastructure job.
Yeah.
If you had been part of an infrastructure job or done some work for the last sort of 5 years, any experience, they were like, you're a project manager. That's it. You're a project manager. Have you ever built a train line? Have you ever built a road? And then then the supervisors and everyone's getting bumped up. You know, I worked for this one builder who the guy was a labourer and then he ended up being like the main site project manager on a job.
You learned a little bit?
You learned a little bit because, you know, when you're carrying the bins from floor 8 to floor 1, you got a lot of time to look around. But he was the project manager. Now, hats off to him. I don't know if he's watching, but hats off to him. He worked his ass off and he managed his site. He had a little bit of help from his boss in the back end. But I wanted to ask you a question. I shouldn't have even bothered with the deck asking that because I actually had one locked and loaded. When you started, you said that you worked with really shit concreters.
Cowboys, yeah?
Cowboys.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, how do you separate yourself from them? Because the Cowboys, you know, they were around a lot when I started. You know, that's actually everyone expected concreters to be like that. You know, really hard men to work for.
Angry men. Just fucking under pressure.
And all the time, and no matter if the pressure was there or not, you know, like it didn't matter if you were pouring, you know, like to dry.
There's no concrete on site, this guy's yelling.
Yeah, screaming, yelling. Like, you know, throwing rocks at me in the digger, you know, like I had a guy throw a shovel at me because I ripped out a pipe, a stormy pipe, I broke a stormy pipe, which if you're digging conventional house slabs or rough slabs,
you're ripping something out.
you're ripping pipes. And the pipes are like covered by this much.
Yeah.
And they were only put in 2 days ago.
Unbelievable.
And, he threw a shovel at me and it hit me in the arm. And I remember, I was going to fight, but then he actually quite hurt my arm. And so I couldn't fight that. I wasn't going to be able to fight that good. How do you keep control while and be the boss that you want to be while not turning into the assholes that you worked for 15 years ago or 10 years ago like I did?
Very easy, very easy. It's literally talk to yourself and be confident in what you do. If you're confident in what you do, why should you get angry of something that's just happening?
But then when the boys screw up on site?
It's easy to get angry, but it gets you nowhere. It solves nothing.
No,
to have a chat with them is another story. I get upset and I get disappointed. Do I yell at them and call them dumb cunts? You fucking dumb cunt. Throw shit at them and this and that? No, because it wrecks me.
Yeah.
And it wrecks my image.
100%.
And it takes the respect from me because that's not how a leader reacts.
No, definitely not.
So the way I lead is the way I talk to people, the way I want to be spoken to.
I actually really hate it, if ever I even get a little bit lost of my temper, not like never sitting down screaming like what they used to, but even when I go a little bit too hard in something, I think that, that's not the boss I want to be, because every moment is a way to train people. I never, and I'm sure you were you told the story. I didn't get the time for people teaching me shit. No one gave time at all. You're trying to get it for free.
Literally.
And all I want, I used to say to people, I had a 2.5 ton case excavator. I used to say to people, I will come labourer. I will be the best labourer you've had on site. But if there's any digger work, can I do it? There's no minimum, right? I'll labour for you for $30 an hour ABN and I'll charge you $70 an hour when I'm on my digger.
I love that shit.
Then after sort of 12 months or 18 months, I've got these people who are I had a landscaper who I laboured for, but they get my digger on site. I'd use it 2 hours and they'd work me like a donkey, right? Laying turf and carrying this and wheelbarrows and blah, 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 and give me 2 hours. And then the same thing happened with a concreter, and I actually became all right friends with him. I said, what's going on? I have full-time work. You're working me 6-7 days a week. My phone's ringing heaps.
Yeah.
But I'm not driving my digger at all. I'm driving a bugger all. And he's like, Jimmy, you're working really hard as a labourer. He goes, start telling people you're charging them 2 hours a day for the digger. And he goes, they'll probably still get you as a labourer because your labourer rate's cheap.
That's true.
And he goes, so if you're rocked up, and he goes, start charging 2 hours. And he goes, and then you'll start to build up a little bit more. You'll get more hours, and then 2 hours turned into 3 hours turned into 5, 8, whatever. And then all of a sudden, so I'm doing 2-3 jobs a day, and I'd go, I'd work for a concreter, pull out the crossover, he'd come at 7, I've already half pulled out the crossover, it's already first load is on, I'm out, he's happy, I charge 4 hours, but I'm done by 8, 9, next job, then I'm making heaps of money. But
so what's it going to take to get you on one of our sites digging?
You got a big site?
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah, if you're loading out, I'll come spin for an hour or two. I can't do
parks?
I'm not doing no car parks no more. No, I'm no good at trim anymore. It takes patience and a lot of
finesse.
Finesse. A lot of attention has to be put into it, and your brain can't be everywhere else. You have to be concentrating on what you're doing. Not that you're thinking I'm pulling my hand back or whatever, but just sitting there and constantly looking at the grade, looking what you're doing, being smart. I can't do the car parks. My brain's too everywhere. I got this happening over here. I got that over there. I got this person upset at work.
Basement dig out.
Yeah, I'll come load out.
We've got something big coming up in Frankston, Karingal.
Yeah, I'm there. I'll come down for a morning. I'll bring coffee. We'll get you some trucks too. So we spoke before when we were in there, and I was telling you about my 2 girls.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell me about your family and how old they are and what they do, and are they concreters yet or not?
Yes. My boys, mate. I've had them on site. I try to get them out on site. I've got 2 twin boys that are 2 years old, and I've got a girl, Nouri. She's 3 years old, and she loves diggers. Whenever she sees a digger driving, hey, Dad, look at the big digger. Look at the big digger. And whenever I'm on a digger, I tell her to bring her to site. She sits with me on the digger. She loves it, absolutely loves it. So hopefully maybe I can get her to learn the digger a little bit at a young age. Why not? I don't know how to teach it, but I'll try.
You just got to put them in it. Like my daughter can drive a machine. I was telling you about it before. My 10-year-old can drive a machine. You just got to put them in a safe spot. You got to be. I used to talk to her on the UHF, right? So I have a UHF in there.
The radio.
And then she would. I've still got videos of her when she was like 4 or 5. She's like, copy daddy.
Ooh.
You know, I go forward and I tell her the hands of what to move. So I say left hand forwards, right hand right, like this, and she'll pick up a thing of dirt. Well, this is how I used to do it. And so put a UHF in it, sit there with a handheld and watch her, and you know, they've got to be old enough to, if you say hands up, they go hands up and stop.
Yeah.
Which is important. I learned that putting my daughter in a bulldozer.
Yeah, fucking nuts.
Yeah, because she didn't understand the hands up thing. So it was the bulldozer was moving forward, and then it sort of got a little bit, you know. But there was a big open space, so we're going to chase it. So you get your boys in the concrete now?
Yeah, the boys come. Sometimes they come to site. They'll maggie the edge. I'll like just put the maggies in their hand, and they'll just wipe with it, you know, or put an edger in their hand. They'll just edge a little bit.
Do you want them to be concreters?
They don't have got a choice. They can be whatever they want to choose to be, but they have to have concrete as a backbone. Because if you're good at concrete, you can make a lot of money in concrete, and it's not bad to make fucking $500-600 a day, right? And when they're teenagers and they're learning from now, they're going to be really good, and it's going to be effortless to them, like it is to me. So I believe, why the fuck not? And then if you want to do something, you want to go to uni, you want to be whatever the hell you want to be, you do you. But you're going to learn concrete. It's going to be the backbone.
I think that there's something to be said about that, though. I really do. I think that that's part of, you know, I don't want to say the problem but it is a problem. The kids coming through these days and their work ethic, you know, is different for a lot of them.
Massive.
It's different.
You try to tell a kid to go work for free, even for minimum wage. He'll laugh at you and say, get fucked.
I have 19-year-olds asking me for $80, $70 an hour who, ABN, and you sit there and you go, come on, man. Come on. Like,
bro, you're lucky to be working.
And so, but I think that part of it is that they aren't actually the worst ones. The people asking for big money that don't have experience, they're not the worst ones. The worst ones are still sitting at home, you know, playing PlayStation or watching fucking TikTok or, you know, that's what I find a big problem. They come out into the workforce, they've got no work ethic, they don't know how to talk to people, they've gotten given everything their whole life. And I think that there's something to be said about, you know, me making my daughter, she comes to work, you know, and she has to have a job when she's 15. I think I was telling you about it before.
Yeah.
I don't care where you work. Woolworths, whatever, there is always a job at Starbucks. But if you're not working anywhere, then a Starbucks youth is going to rock up with one of our employees here and you're going to get in and you're going to work every single Saturday. How do you teach them the value of money is the other part.
They have to watch you work your heart out from a young age and understand that daddy works hard. Watch me sweat. Watch you sweat.
Yeah.
Watch what you can do. See how you are different to everybody else in a digger. See how I'm different to everybody. See how people respect me in the industry. Then they want to be like you. You're instantly idolized.
Yeah. So, and you should be. I think you should be idolised by your kids. You know,
100%.
And I think that you should be. They should want to look up to you and be like you. You know, I think that it's real sad when you don't maybe have parents as good as that, or if a lot of people have parents that they want to be the exact opposite of. You know, that's not me. I want them to be just like that.
Yeah, 100%. My dad, I grew up in a family. Look, my dad was a big businessman before I was born. Big businessman, millionaire, right? When I was born, I never got to see him work a day. He had a few bad deals that wrecked it all, took it all from him. He still had a few assets that were worth a few $1 million that we still have now. He's gone past in 2021, but I never got to actually see my dad as a worker and what he was and how he was a millionaire. But he'd always be so hard on me about being a worker. I just had it in my blood, and he knew that. Like, we grew up on fucking out-of-date food, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I can remember. So my dad was sort of in the industry that I was in, but also very different. He did work for the councils back in the, when the councils were that, which was a totally different thing.
Big thing back then.
Big thing back then. Better thing. But it's not like you had to pour 1,200 squares ever.
No.
You were lucky to pour 12 squares some days. And, I can remember him saying to me, I bought an excavator, and he's like, 20-tonner. So I was 20-something years old. I bought a brand new machine, brand new. Just bought a house. We went out, bought an excavator, $209,000, $500 it was, with two buckets. One bucket. And, that was a heap of debt.
That's massive. And
I remember telling my dad, and he said, you're an idiot. You should stay with a 5-ton. And I'm like, I don't want to do 5-ton work, Dad. I want to do 20-ton work. And he's like, you don't make any money doing 20-ton work. It's the stupidest decision you've ever made. And it crushes you, yeah?
Yeah.
Bad. And then I think about that now. I think that sort of stuff makes you hungry too.
I was just about to say that. My dad called me a slave. He said, why do you want to be a slave? Why do you want to have your back broken? Anyway, keep going.
Yeah, but did that make you hungry?
Massive.
Did it break your back?
I wanted to prove him wrong.
Yeah, exactly
my
right.
back's going good, knock on wood.
Well, there's not many concreters who can say that.
No, not at all, man. A lot of people, I have a lot of boys that are just saying that their fucking backs are wrecked and this and that, complaining, you got Nurofen in the truck or something, Voltaren.
But you also obviously go to gym too.
Yes. Being fit helps a lot. It's
being
massive.
fit, but it's the whole thing. Yeah, it's the lifestyle of what you're doing. It's it's not at work. You work hard. You go to the gym. You eat well most of the time.
Nah. Yeah,
you eat bad.
Thinks, bro, I eat Macca's Hungry Jacks almost every day.
What?
I'm like a fast food fucking filled bear, bro. Every single day. Macca's, KFC or something like that. I eat a whole block of chocolate a day. I love it. I'm a big chocolate fiend. Everyone looks at me and says, bro, I want your split. I want your diet. I want this. Bro, there is no diet. Go to KFC or something, bro. Extra chicken, bro. Extra chicken, boy. Yeah. But I work hard, and that's where it goes.
Yeah. You burn it all off. We're into our last 5 minutes now. I always end it with the same thing. If you have any thoughts or anything that you wanted to say, is there anything at all that you wanted to say apart from download CreteMate?
Download CreteMate.
Yeah, I thought that might be it. Thank you very much for coming. I appreciate it.
You too.
And we've actually downloaded CreteMate, so it's a good, I think that it's an app that's going to take off. So
any feedback's good feedback. I need it all, so be sure to give me some.
Perfect. Thank you very much for coming. I appreciate it. We'll just stick with CreteMate, but also concreting. Concrete
City Construction.
Fuck, I screwed it up. Concrete City Construction. As always, subscribe, share, send to your mates, tag your mates, put it online somewhere that you're watching. I appreciate you coming. Thank you very much.
Legend, bro. Thanks.